It's time for Ask Andrew.
Yes, Andrew is taking all of your questions, weather related only, and answering them with his excellent expertise. Andrew, what are viewers asking you about this week?
Well, we're going to stretch a little bit beyond weather. We're going to talk about space weather today because there's been this viral internet post, and it actually, I think, started with the Associated Press putting out an article about being able to see the northern lights this week. So that's our question today. Will we be able to see those lights? And it comes from Laura in Dixon. The answer is unfortunately no, we are not going to be able to see the northern lights this week. So when that information was originally published, it was using a forecast that was 20 plus days into the future. And you know how hard it is to predict weather 5 days and beyond. I talk about that all the time. Well, think about space weather. It's about 100 times more complicated than our weather here on Earth. So we talk about space weather reliability with the forecast. Anything beyond 3 days, not reliable whatsoever. So this article, this hype of these northern lights this time around, if you will, was a perfect example of that. So let's talk about why this forecast was indeed so popular and what happened. So they used what's called the KP index. And originally, when you looked at the forecast so far in advance, it had a KP index of 9+, which this is how far south you can see the northern lights when that number gets to 9. It's virtually half the United States, and that's why people got so excited. Well, look at the forecast now, the 3-day forecast. We were supposed to be able to see them throughout half of the country tonight. Yeah, in reality, it's only a 3. So that means it's going to make it about this far south in terms of being able to see the northern lights. So if you want to see them in the next couple of days, you're going to have to pay our Canadian friends a visit over the border. You can read more about this at WQAD.com. I think Charles is. He looks intrigued. He'll be heading there later this morning. But we're going to talk more about some weekend storm chances that's coming up in your accurate forecast next.